What's going on, guys? How is everybody this evening? I almost thought I was going to be running late, but I was actually running just on time. I am doing something ever so slightly different this evening. So instead of Skyrim and a Khajiit wandering about, we've got trucks and tractors and farms and things like that. Because I wanted to play in the mud. And I don't know why. I had today off, which is delightful. And I didn't do a whole hell of a lot. No, it's not Skyrim, J.R. Strang. And Cake Burrito, how are you doing, my friend? What's going on? How is everything? No, I think something different tonight was needed for the schedule. Mostly because I didn't get to play this last week. And... Relic coming in with 23 months. You delightful, awesome, wonderful, fantastic human person. Even though I totally won't tell anybody that. That's nobody heard me say that. Relic is, none of those things at all. I was here first, but waited for you to change screen so I could do this instead. 23 Barochacho. Love you, man. Here's to 23 more. Relic, thank you very much, my friend. I do appreciate that. That's way too damn cool of you. Way too cool. Yeah, so... How are you doing, Cake Burrito? What's up, man? I actually just got back not that long ago from seeing... I went to a movie at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Let me guess, Forza tomorrow, Skyrim Thursday, and Fully Flannel Fallout Friday. Maybe. Facts, I am a degenerate and do not have a shred of decency in me. I'm doing good this evening. I am doing very good. I went to see the new Avatar movie at 2 o'clock. And I didn't get back until sometime shortly after 5:30. That is a lot of movie. I thought the original Avatar was a long movie. This was a very, very long movie. Norwich! Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas to you as well. When is Christmas? Christmas, I think, is... When the hell is Christmas? I think it's Sunday. No, Sunday or Saturday? When the hell is it? Dude, I don't even know anymore. I took today off. I took tomorrow off. Okay, so Christmas Eve is Saturday. Christmas Day is Sunday, and it is observed on Monday, which means I don't have to go to work on next Monday either. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. Thank you for the heads up. Last Airbender 2, I thought it was a super crappy movie. No! Avatar 2, The Way of Water. I gotta say, I don't know what I had been expecting. We are on the Season 8 DLC, which is the farming map. So this is the Heartlands in Belozersk Glades, Central Asia. And this is the farming DLC. I've been playing this for a few minutes. Very cool. Ooh, Barb, my friend, my delightful human being across the pond. How are you doing? What's new? What's going on? How is everything? So delighted to see you. We were just kind of catching up on things. Avatar: The Way of the Waterbender. No, J.R. Strang. No. Found you guys on Monday night. Yes, you did. Which is very unusual. I know, it's kind of unusual that we are playing SnowRunner. So, I didn't get to play SnowRunner on Thursday because it was my old man's birthday, for one. And I was also having internet issues. So the cable modem is starting to act up a little bit. So... Oh boy. The one with what? The one with who? Here's the thing. J.R. Strang, if you actually make Airbender jokes, I will not get them because I don't know anything about The Last Airbender. Know nothing about The Last Airbender. Oh, that's too funny. That is way too funny. But no, I saw The Last Airbender 2. No, now you've got me confused. J.R. Strang, you're a jerk, and I'm gonna time you out in a minute here. I saw Avatar 2, right there. Avatar 2 earlier today, right up until not that long ago. Norwich, thank you very much. I do need some liquid hydration. Waterworld 2. No, not Waterworld 2. So, thank you very much, Norwich. I do appreciate that. But I saw, it's got a lot of the same actors in it. They revisit a lot of storylines, and basically, it was not the movie I expected going into it. At all. It is a completely different movie from the first one. I will say that I did get to watch it in 3D, and it still is visually incredible, but I don't think it packs that emotional or that really visually overwhelming punch that the first one did if you actually saw it in theaters or if you saw it. It's a good movie. It's a good movie, though it's right around 3 hours long. Probably a little bit over 3 hours long. I would recommend it. If you like the first one, you will like the second one. The fact that I had a chance to see the first one when it was in the IMAX, that was an experience. This one, so I did get to see this one in 3D, and the only thing I can say is that it doesn't have the sense of wonder and discovery that the original one did, mostly because you've seen it before. You've experienced it before. But yeah, more movies. The the Ebenezer, so the Christmas Carol movie with Jim Carrey, that was a great one. Avatar is that one with a yellow family, a dumb dad, tall hair mom, math son, smart daughter, and probably alien baby. No, we're not talking about Rick and Morty. We're not talking about Rick and Morty, which actually, the creators of Rick and Morty made that new video game, and apparently it's really good. Our delightful friend Cadix had been playing it on his 24-hour stream for The Simpsons. I wasn't going to give him the satisfaction, Fubar. Wasn't going to give him the satisfaction. But so honestly, I think personally, what kind of scale would you guys like me to rate it on? High on Life, it's great. You've played it, Shock Jockey. It looks awesome. The character designs are great. The voice acting is great. The visuals in that game are wonderful. It just seems like a great game all around. And I think it's on, is it on Game Pass? I don't know if it's on Game Pass or not. Here's also another thing that I have to do. Because we can't actually use this trailer, jokes are solid, pretty good writing. Very cool. Yeah, it was, I mean, what do you expect from the creators of Rick and Morty? Like, that show and everything that show touches. Yes, Game Pass. Okay. You know what is on Game Pass for the PC right now? Is Darktide. Darktide is also on Game Pass, but you can't play it on the console. You can only play it on a PC. And I found out that my laptop right here actually is capable of playing Darktide. Although it set it for the lowest graphical settings, but when I look at the game, I'm like, there is no way that this could possibly be the lowest graphical settings, because this game is incredible. That's a mite bit of cheese right there. That is what we didn't do today. Instead, we're doing this. So here's the funny thing. If you look up here, we're backed up to a trailer. We can't attach to the trailer. As District informed us, once last we played this, if you drag some of these farming implements too much, you can't actually use them as farm implements anymore. And I have no idea why. Iron Life is that one with Walter Disney and Jesse James. Yeah. And not the original Jesse James, the new guy who built motorcycles. Yeah. Yeah, so Fubar, interesting fact. If you take these farm implements right here, and yes, it is a bug. So if you were to drag these, Owen, so nice to see you, my friend. How are you doing? So because I dragged the farming implements over with a winch, and then when they got here, after they bounced around, they can no longer be attached as a trailer. So I actually have to delete the multi-row planter. Yes, I will make it disappear. The cultivator and the other one I can still get. But yeah, I never knew that. We were actually using the twin steer over there to ferry pieces of equipment back and forth. So what I'm going to have to do now is come back here, and I'm going to need to connect to a cultivator. And then from there, I'm going to have to bring the cultivator and the tractor over to the field. Mr. General Disarray! Hello, Storm and fellow runners of the snow. What's new, Owen? What's going on with your world currently? Is everything good? Okay, that's the Kirovets. You know what we did have? Wait a minute. We had so we want to take this thing over to the trailer store. It's just my single playthrough for the moment. Go back to the garage. We need something to take that particular farm implement over to. Can we put a thingamajigger? No, we can't. Okay. So we need to haul the tractor over to the trailer store, get the thing, hook it up, and then drag both of them back. We can do that. But yeah, it's just for because this is my initial playthrough. This is all like solo stuff. when we play with Space Viking, which I'm not sure if Thursday is going to happen because I've got the cable company coming out on Thursday to look at some of the cable lines. So that is going to be up in the air. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll see where it goes from there. Just busy like normal. I'm off work today. I'll be dating right now on playing Hell Let Loose. How's Hell Let Loose? Send us an air fryer. Never used one, so I'm testing it out on corn dogs. Ooh. I like the sound of that. That sounds pretty cool, dude. Okay, so this is what we used originally. You know what? I have an idea. We're going to do this again. This is exactly what we're going to do all over again. I have a brilliant idea. Because now, not only do we need to get the tractor over here, we will also need to use this to take the tractor and trailer configuration. Control the evacuator. I used to love that it's called an evacuator. Like, yeah, don't mind me. Alright. Put this bad boy down right here. Alright. Mostly I've also been thinking about this whole entire Misbegotten situation, and I really wanted to get the new tractor, which I haven't been able to get. You're gonna air fry everything. Stay with the light side, don't join the dark side. What's wrong with an air fryer? I don't think that I've used an air fryer before. Oh. Darn it, no! Of course, Hell Let Loose is a World War II sim first-person shooter, very realistic in tactics and strategies. You have different roles in your squad. It goes really into... That's cool. That's actually really, really cool. Alright, I think I should just kind of commit and just go for it. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and I might have played a lot of that over the weekend, because now every single weapon... Nika Fernandez! Yes, absolutely, my friend. Thank you very much. I have every single available weapon to me at max level. All of the attachments are unlocked, precluding the pistols and launchers. Like, I've even leveled up every shotgun in the game, oddly enough. Alright. Okay, do this. Stop the engine, change the truck, pack the trailer and cargo. Yes, there we go. How are you? What's going on? Bought a deep fryer once just because I wanted to try one. It was fun for a while, but it made everything smell of oil, even though it lived under an extractor. Air fryer is going to be a replacement of the microwave. You think so? You think it's actually going to legitimately replace the microwave? Nope. Let's... No way. Alright. And then... Well, there we go! And we are off. You're doing good today? Awesome. I knew you said you were not feeling good the last time, but it is nice to know that things are looking up. My new air fryer sits next to my deep fryer. I just gotta cook stuff up with whatever is closer now. Damn it, now I'm hungry again. You lot and the food. Oh, dude, I know. We talked a lot about food on Friday, and I ended up we were talking about the new burger from McDonald's, and I ended up getting the QBT? What? It's like a smokehouse burger, but it's a quarter pounder. You can get it as a single or a double, and it comes with bacon, lettuce, tomato, all that stuff. But it's got like this smokehouse sauce to it, and it's so good. It is so good. Norwich, thank you very much. greatly appreciate the cheer, good sir. The McIPhone? It'll only be a single in this country. Oh, dude, if McDonald's actually gets this new burger over to you guys, it is entirely worth trying because it's really, really good. You want food? See, this is exactly what happens. We start on just a little bit of conversation about food, and it spirals out of control. You have level 250? Yes, me too. Me too. So, I might have boned this one. Oh boy, I might have boned this one. I may have done an oopsie here, folks, because I wasn't paying attention, and we were discussing food. Oh boy. Yeah. We were talking food, and then things just kind of went sideways. My bad. Winch. Let's get something really strong here. Just past level 100, and half my shorties are maxed, and one is gold. So I did the M4 Mastery Challenge. And that seemed to work out pretty good. All right, let's winch right there. So I'm level 250. I've got the gold camo mastery challenge done on the M4. And then, oh wow, we really messed this up greatly right here. Yeah, something tells me I might have goofed this up. Hold on, let's see if I can get creative here. See if I can't get really creative. But yeah, all of my weapons are actually maxed out. Everything that's available besides the only gold is the Bryson. I like the shotguns are actually pretty good in this game. The shotguns are actually really good. Yeah, I'm totally on 2 of them, and it was not the most intelligent of ideas here. All right, let's go a little forward. I tried to kind of pop it up a little bit, but that kind of didn't work. Nothing about this really worked. Everything about this really did not succeed in the way that I had planned that it would succeed. The evacuator is not assisting how I wanted it to assist. So we'll just kind of lift this back up right here. Because now we are nice and stuck down. All right, it's time to bring out the big guns. We're not even that far from the garage. I got stuck this far because we were talking about food and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Oh my goodness. I'm an awful, awful, awful individual here. All right, let's go try to figure this out. That was bad. That was so bad. But no, honestly, if I'm gonna get stuck on a stump because I was talking about a burger, I'm glad that I was talking about the new burger for McDonald's, because that was a great burger to get stuck on a stump about. There, I said it. When in doubt, ram it with his X. Exactly, Boobar. You read my mind, good sir. You read my mind. I'm gonna go for it. Gonna give it the good old college try. Not that I went to college or anything. I'm just really gonna try. Which is probably more than I could say if I did go to college. But that's beside the point. Oh, I have an idea. I have a genius idea, actually. So, because the evacuator is angled in such a way that potentially I would raise the back end of that up if I bring in the Zix directly from... All right, let's see what this does. I don't know what this is going to do, but it's going to do something. Oh, see? Look at that! Look at that. It almost looked like I knew exactly what I was doing. And I don't. Because I never do. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is awesome. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Nope. We are not going to do that. That is not something that is going to happen there. That sounded like a deal, though. Nah, we didn't need that kind of deal. Totally don't need that deal. So with that said, let's see if we can't negotiate the terrain. Actually, I don't even know what that was attempting to sell me. I saw like followers and various different doodads and whatnots, and I'm like, nah, this is one of those scammy thingies that we don't really need to concern ourselves with. Okay. I feel pretty good about this now. Air-fried corn dogs are a hit. Time to try egg rolls. Oh, dude. Wait, do you have like frozen boxes of those gyoza? That, like Japanese gyoza that you can get at a sushi place? So, I want to go left here and then right there. Okay. And they usually pan fry them or they steam them. What happens if you put them in an air fryer? Because that sounds kind of awesome. I'm not gonna lie. If I can't spell it, I doubt I have it. That, yes, Fubar. Fubar knows it. Fubar, right there. Yes, that is exactly how you would spell it. Exactly. This thing really doesn't want to turn at all. So that's alright. So this is going to be the tractor. This is going to be the same tractor, so we need a no. What do we seed a field with? We use a cultivator? Or was it a cultivator that I actually got rid of? It was the blue thing that I got rid of. So we need to replace the blue thing. Whatever that is. Fubar prevented a snafu. I hope so. You know what? And see, this is why I like playing this game. Because I can turn my brain off and like all kinds of stuff can happen in the background here, and whatever happens. I'll just deal with it when I actually wake up. But then the best part of the conversation happens in the chat. So there is that. The Reaper! Thank you very much for the follow. Do greatly appreciate that. 13,390. Oh, it helps if I downshift. Whoop, up and over. There we go. And to think we had such a difficult time through here originally with various loads of lumber. That's alright, though. We'll make it. I mean, maybe we'll make it? Potentially? So this right here is an Azov, and on the back is the tractor, the Kirovets KMZ 700. So this one's the Azov 64-131, which I put the towing platform on, so I can transport my tractor to a trailer store. The Azov is not. The tractor that's on the back is actually part of the Season 8 DLC vehicle. Let's see, we get two tractors, and then we get the Zix Step, I think. Going to a performance car show on the 14th of January with our activities worker, Carrie, and I'm really looking forward to going. Dude, you're going to have to let me know all about it, because that sounds fantastic. I'm going to play Vanguard, and no one going to stop me. I mean, J.R. Strang, no one is actually stopping you. Lurking for a bit, Fubar, carry on. Carry on, carrying on. Alright, so we have to bring this tractor to the trailer store, because we actually have to use this tractor to buy the particular trailer that we need. And if you look in the upper right-hand corner, we need to seed a field. Which sounds more like Farming Simulator, but it's not. I think this particular bed attachment was introduced in Season 6? Or was it 5? The Dawn region. And that's when we get a bunch of the Tatra stuff. So that was actually kind of cool. Alright. It's like, people wanted tow trucks, basically. People wanted tow trucks, and they pretty much got tow trucks. Okay. We have a raid incoming, ladies and gentlemen. Solar 997, Lone Jedi, Henry UQ, District. What is going on? We have Miss Silvermoon coming in with a awesome raid right there. Raiders, how are you doing? I am Storm of Iron. That wonderful raid notification pops up and blocks everything and makes us just go, what? So, Gallo Biani Films, Jasmeet 85, Tux McBee. What is up, everybody? Emilovich, thank you very much for the follow. I am Storm of Iron. Welcome to my wonderful little corner of the internet. We're playing SnowRunner tonight. Usually on Monday nights, I play like Skyrim, but I wanted to play in the mud. I wanted to drive through, various different like terrains and things like that and get myself stuck and do really stupid things. Mike Carter, thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciate that. How are you guys doing? What is going on? Wait, you don't look like a white avatar? What? I did watch Avatar 2 earlier today. That is a very long movie. You love SnowRunner? That's why... Dude, I know. I do. Like, every single time. It's getting crowded in here? No, it's not. We got plenty of room for everybody. Whoa. We all love the snow. Why are you raiding again? With 2 viewers. Interesting. I don't know how that works out, because you were already here. Thank you for the raid the second time around. I don't know if it was just because you really wanted to watch the raid notification all over again, because it's a pretty damn cool raid notification. I'm totally okay with that. Fine by me if it's fine by you. And like it says right there, welcome on in, everybody. No, like, I got this truck stuck on a pair of stumps, and I used a Zix to, like, ram it right off. Doing them fake raids. I don't know. So, what's going on? How is everybody tonight? And I would be remiss in my duties if I did not do this right here. There it is. There we go. Miss Silvermoon, last seen playing SnowRunner, but that looks like that thing where you're shrunken down to a tiny little person, you're wandering around, much in the same way that Rick Moranis was looking for his kids in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. We also got a live 1.5 hour live action arena, and I get her ticket free. Okay, very cool. Norwich, dude, you gotta let me know exactly how that is. Yeah, I really, really, really like SnowRunner. I play a lot of SnowRunner, and this is probably one of my absolute favorite games to play. So, what we're doing here is actually, and I'm going to make it bright again because I have that ability. I'm like a deity in this world right here. I'm just going to make it daylight again. So, District, if you do recall on our last episode of this, what we had was that particular incident where a piece of equipment, Yoda. Holy crap, guys! I just got followed by Yoda. What kind of wisdom is he going to drop on us today? Is it going to be SnowRunner related? Because Dagobah is a lot like some of the places in this game. Not going to lie to you. But yes, you remember everything exactly. So what we're going to do is get back to the... Wait, what did I... Hold on. So we've got the cultivator over there. I need... Was it the No, the harvester worked. It was this thing, the planter. We need the planter. We need the planter. Miss Silvermoon, thank you so much for coming on, crashing on. Oh crap, guys, hold on. I totally forgot a thing. I am a horrible streamer here. I'll definitely let you. Awesome, dude. You definitely have to let me know. I did some farming last night and I hated it very much. Yeah, so the fact that we actually have to do stuff like this is like I dragged the cultivator behind me on a winch rope, or a winch cable, and when I went to use it, I actually couldn't connect to it like a trailer. So I kind of don't know what happened there. All right. I don't know if this is going to work or not. This is going to be hysterical. Thursday we are going to drill for China? Maybe. All right, so stop engine, change trucks. Oh no. It does not let us, Oh, okay, hold on. No, we can't. We can't actually block the tires. Oh, that's right, because... Wait, hold on. See, Storm, I color match tractors in case I lose the equipment. You know what? That's not a bad idea. That's actually a very genius idea. See, that's why you get paid the big bucks. All right, let's see if we can't do this. Oh, hot tamale. Okay, something tells me this is not going to work right. All right, let's just carry on, shall we? This could be fail. Maybe. So now you'll see. You know what? I feel like this is a tractor pull. I feel like this is very much like a tractor pull. All right. Okay. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to we're not going to... Uh-oh. We're not really going to... Uh-oh. I think I broke something. Hold on. Oh, I broke something. Oh, I totally broke something. Oh, it's gonna fold up like a pretzel here. No, this is not looking good. All right, let's just get this trailer thing right. That's okay. We didn't need that truck anyways. We totally didn't need that truck. That truck is inconsequential to our needs, wants, and desires right here, ladies and gentlemen. Oop, that is a car that is kind of in our way. I see nothing. If you see nothing, I am not even gonna look behind us. Not even gonna do it. Don't wanna. Can't make me. That's a future me problem. Vladeville. Yes, absolutely. Oh my God, Okay, so now that we've actually removed the trailer from the towing bed, let's continue on in our merry way. Miss Silvermoon, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for sticking around. Have an awesome rest of your evening. Be good. Be fantastic. Or as fantastic as, like, Monday night will let you be. Like, I don't know how crazy your Monday night's going to be. I don't have to work tomorrow. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Which means my Monday night is going to be fantastic. Other than that, I don't really know. But things are going to happen. Things are definitely going to happen. Miss Silvermoon, thank you again very much. All right. So let's see how robust this tractor actually really is. Not that I've taken it off-roading or exploring or four-wheeling, and I'm pretty sure that most tractors, you kind of don't want them to do that. Oh, also, I've apparently completely missed exactly where I was trying to go. Anyways, I was aiming for this area right here. I wound up over here. I guess that's what happens when you really don't look at the map. So, course correction. This is usually what this is like, though. Like, everything about this is just, it's like this. But that's alright, it makes it fun. I have a grand old time. Storm submarine status. No, we're gonna try not to sink this thing because I'm pretty sure it doesn't have a... Does this thing have a... I don't... It might have a snorkel? I don't know why a tractor would have a snorkel. Odd. Alright, here we go. Hello. Okay. So, I really want these tractors to be more like Caterpillar 745Cs or the Azov Antarctic, the AZ-20s. But it's not. It's articulated like one of those is, but it's just not as robust and as useful. So that's all right. Because in real life, this thing does a lot more than swim. In this game, it's only good at getting stuck. I am detecting that. I am certainly detecting that. That is something that is coming to the forefront of this particular situation. And that's a piece of wood that is hanging us up. Okay. So, go around this way. There we go. Alley-oop. Or alley not. Well, that's unfortunate. So you know that truck that I left kind of stranded on its side? They really need to redesign those. Yeah, the tree roots in this one are kind of weird. Los Gatos de Wilson. How are you doing? The cat of Wilson? Wilson's cat? Is that what I'm reading? I may be wrong. I don't know. Probably wrong. That's beside the point. How is everything going with you? I hope you are fantastic this evening. See, and then we were trying to kind of turn it around here so we could sort of get across. But that's all right. So the fact that it automatically engages when it hits the field is a little bit weird. I kind of think that you should be able to manually turn this thing on and off. Much like Farm Simulator. Like, they looked at Farm Simulator and said, hey, our game might have a little bit in common with Farm Simulator. Let's do some farming stuff. And just slapdash together a bunch of stuff. Mostly, I think they spent a lot of time actually creating the maps, maybe? I don't know. I love these maps. I really do like the Season 8 DLC maps. And I'm very curious to see what they actually come out with next. The only problem is, like, the overarching goal that we're supposed to do on these particular maps isn't exactly the best. It's kind of lackluster. If farming were implemented better, that would be one thing, but it isn't. So, therefore, it ain't. Like, this thing should be a very, very solid vehicle to go through some crazy terrain. If you've ever seen it, it's manufactured much the same way as like a skidder is, which that would have been in Mud Runner. But CGD Games, hello, how are you doing? What's going on? Thank you very much for the follow. Greatly appreciate that. How are you doing this evening? Happy Monday. Happy SnowRunner Monday. We changed it up a little bit. We changed it up so that Season 9 Grand Theft Truck. You know what? If this character actually stepped outside of any of the vehicles like Grand Theft Auto, I'm probably pretty sure we would have a scenario where he was thieving trucks. It's like, okay, go to this guy's farm field and hotwire his tractor. Mud Runner? Yeah, Mud Runner, precursor to SnowRunner. Cryptid Tales, how is everything with you? What's up, dude? What's going on? How's Monday? Monday, all right? Is this like Muddy Monday? Came with a raid, but been busy on the farm. I hope you're well. I am very well this evening. I've had the day off, and the only thing I've actually managed to do on my day off is play a couple of rounds of Darktide. And then I went to see Avatar 2, Way of Water, which I would recommend. If you are a fan of the original Avatar movie, and you don't even have to be a fan because it's got a great story, even if you just like the way it looks, Avatar 2 is totally worth it. Or The Last Resort, pulling your truck while there's no other option. Well, that too. Same Monday, different stuff. Whiskey Runner. You carry hooch and try to avoid the cops. Well, see, that would also work if there was anyone other than just me on the map. Like, I'm still fairly convinced that the rapture happened and we're, like, the only person here. You like where this is going? Yes. Yes, indeed. All right. So let's take a shortcut through a field? Sure, why not? What is this, the 1930s? Well, I mean, Prohibition definitely left its footprint upon Americana. It created, for more interesting purposes, NASCAR has its roots in Prohibition. What's wrong with the 30s? District says they were great. Wow. Wow. Is that a dig? At like, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even getting involved in that. Okay, so this is the Cultivator, I think. And Moonshine, don't forget about that. Well, you had Bathtub Gin, which was made with antifreeze, and that could pretty much make you go blind, so there's that. What if all of the missing people were raptured? Exactly, that's my point, is the fact that we're in a game. Okay, so we are doing the thing, and is it going to seed the field? I hope so. All right, yes, this is the correct implement for the job. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Also, I'm going to need a vehicle that's going to be able to carry all of the potatoes. So this is 30 harvestless years. And with this, what we do is this is eventually going to get us the... this is going to get us the other tractor, which is what I really, really want. What's the movie with all the comedians? This Is the End. It's got all the comedians, and they're having a party at James Franco's place, and like some weird rapture kind of thing happens. Has anybody seen that? Please tell me somebody's seen that, because it's hysterical, absolutely hysterical. Hey, who left all these tracks in my farm field? Actually, technically, I probably left all these tracks in my farm field, but that's beside the point. So, whoa. No, but definitely go see Avatar 2. Ooh, look at the green stuff. kind of cool. All right, so don't run over the green stuff, please, sir. The It's Too Late for You already in the hole movie? Yes. 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 Memories of watching the trailers but didn't watch it? Okay. It's actually a really funny movie. It's... District, I was waiting for your reply to that one. I wanted to see what choice words you were going to have for Mr. General Disarray, who decided to be a little bit salty. And I don't know why. But hey, I'm here for it. Also, I don't know if this is exactly the best method to cultivate this field, but this is going to be the method in which I use to cultivate. Stepped away, and he does this all the time. Do you want me to time him out? I can time him out for you. Or, you know what? I could temporarily make you a mod, and you could time him out yourself. And then you could just be like, no, not having any of this. Go hide in your well? Oh, burn. Actually, I kind of feel like that, you know, that 70s show with Kelso, where you just scream burn right in his face, and then that's that. All right, we've only gone around the outer edge a couple of times, and we're already 50% done with the field, so that's not a bad thing. I just don't like that it doesn't have the best articulation. It's very not good. Oh, we have headlights, that's right. We have headlights to illuminate little green sprouts that are popping up all over the place. I don't even know how many times. So, do we get one potato or two potatoes? Sprouts. Blah. Blah. Streamlabs already did a long time. Who in the what now? Well, I mean, I don't know if everybody has. I mean, there's a potential. If anybody does want to join the Discord, they can absolutely join the Discord. We do have a wonderful and lively food channel from time to time. Because, let's face it, we talk about food all the time, so we need to have a place to actually share all of the pictures of the stuff that we discuss constantly. And speaking of pictures, Ubar, your handcrafted, or 3D printed Christmas tree, Charlie Brown Christmas tree, looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. That thing came out great. I don't like Sprouts either. I don't like, so when you go to a Chinese food restaurant, and pets as well. Yeah, there's pets. Yep. Oh, the scrap. Yes, 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 yes. I think that thing came out great. Someone at college printed it, and you paint. Okay, okay. It's cool. It's really cool. So we're just going to cultivate all day long, or all night long. And we're going to try to make these corners, but it's not going to really effectively make these corners. Ugh. All the turning radius of the Titanic with less icebergs. No, that's cool, though. I think it came out great, though. I think it came out absolutely wonderful. All right, make that corner. Do it. Make the corner. There we go. It's funny too. Like I was trying to get everything set up for stream earlier, and it just wasn't cooperating. Oh, like the audio sources were working, but the capture card video source not working. Not at all. Didn't want to work. Didn't want to agree with me. And it basically turns into one of those, have you tried turning it off and back on again? So yes, I did. Which is what I think the equivalent of the tech support that I got from the cable modem, Netgear. Why is this becoming muddy now? Yeah, I called up the Netgear tech support line, and they couldn't help me unless, imagine playing on PS5. Why? What are you playing on? So I called up the tech support guy, and he said he couldn't help me because my 90 days of complimentary tech support are basically gone because I bought this, yeah, welcome to SnowRunner. Yeah, exactly. This is so tedious. But once I do a lot of this stuff, PS1 and 4, well, I mean, we've been on the 4. Why? Where have you been? I thought you'd been around. But yeah, basically the guy had me hard reset it by sticking a pin in like the little hard reset PS1 plus 4 equals 5. I think your math is a little funny. 91 days? No, I bought it in, so I bought the cable modem in April from Best Buy. It has a 1-year hardware warranty, but for them to determine whether it's like hardware or whether it's just a setup kind of configuration sort of thing. And now, mind you, I've had no issues with this cable modem since April, right? You're on PS5, which I'm saying. Oh, I mean, if you want to say that, that's fine. All right, so this is getting mighty bogged down right here, and I don't think we're going to make the corner enough to actually make it so that... Mostly, I just want to get this farming out of the way so I can get the other tractor, the newer Kiribets. And we're just gonna run over the plants in the field. We're just gonna muddy everything up. Just gonna totally ruin everything essentially. Yeah, I think his math is kind of goofy. His math is just not correct. We took basically an entire fuel tank to get this all squared away. Okay, so that's mildly terrifying. The fact that the second the stage is completed, all of the plants grow in the field. That's just weird. This is really bizarre. 1 + 4 = 5, said PS on the front. No, it doesn't! That's not how that works. That's not how any of that works. Alright. So now, harvest the field. Detach the trailer. Is this our... No, that's our cultivator. We need the harvester. So also the fact that this thing doesn't actually kind of... Like, now we're driving across the little windrows. Storm, you will have to do so many times. You will throw the tractor in. Oh, yeah. I'm kind of thinking that this is gonna be like, because how many do we need? All right, so this is the... All right, so deliver to Southern Trinamushki. Okay, so that's gonna get us... So we harvest the field, right? Potato samples. Fixing the elevator. Finder's fee. Because it's the next one. It's throughout the 4 maps, so expect to do more farming. Oh. Ugh. Yeah, because which one do we do that gets us Bulk loading? Is that it? 8 potatoes? Oh my god. Yeah, I don't even know which one is gonna get us. Huh. That's weird. It used to be 12? Ooh. Alright. Let's refuel this Kinovets. And you know what? Let's make it daytime again. Because I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna harvest potatoes in the nighttime. Alright. What's the most efficient implement? You know, when you think about it. Alright, so this is the right implement. Like, which one has the biggest spread for you to use? I'm just gonna run all over my potato plants. So does this get us 1 unit of potatoes, or does it get us 2 units of potatoes? That's a very good question. Two units. Okay. Okay. So we can actually be able to... Alright. Because basically all this is for, we need the Green Acres theme song. Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. You mean that one, Mr. General Disarray? Shall I sing it to you? Shall I sing you a sweet lullaby of the Green Acres song? Although chances are if I did that, I would probably get like a copyright strike against me. Which would be funny for the Green Acres song. But then you would have to go and like try to post it on Twitch or post about it on Twitter, and you can't post about it on Twitter because you're not allowed to post different social media sites or advertise against any other social media site on Twitter. So like I don't think you can link back to Facebook on Twitter. It's very bizarre. Very bizarre. I don't think I've exactly found the most efficient method for dealing with these fields, like, at all. Ugh. Yeah, see? Alright, there we go. That's not too bad. Try back and forth with the heart. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. No, that makes sense. That does make sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. But the other ones I don't think you can, right? Because they're attached more like a traditional... Okay. All right. I'm sure the laws of physics are being broken here. Yes, they are. Why, yes, indeed they are, my good sir. Yeah, this isn't supposed to work like this. So, effectively, this is so ridiculous, it's funny and awesome. I'm kind of okay with this, actually. Just make miniature adjustments as we sweep back and forth. Look at all them potatoes I'm running over. I am running over all of the potatoes. Taters. French fried taters. You're putting taters back in the ground. Maybe. French fried taters. Mm-hmm. Okay, no, this is genius. District, that is a brilliant mega brain move right there, my friend. That is like 100% genius. We're not going to harvest those sunflowers, though. Sunflowers are going to stay put. So, interesting little tidbit. I had an entire bag of large buttered popcorn today. And a root beer. Because I didn't want to have caffeine. Because I didn't know how long... I actually didn't look and see how long the movie was going to be this afternoon. And when I got out of the movie and saw that it was basically 5:30, and I'm like, holy crap, where on earth did my day go? I might actually go and see, hey, 216! I actually might go and see a movie tomorrow as well. I might see the new Santa Claus movie, where it was Santa Claus, John Leguizamo, and it's like Santa deals with terrorists or something. Evil West, is that the newest one that just came out from I think it's from Saber Interactive. What Evil West. November 21st. I think so. That's the third person one where you're the cowboy fighting evil. Because there was like two of them. There was Evil West and there was another one as well, I think. It's got that big, bulky, over-the-shoulder vampires. Okay. Is it good? Have you played it? I was considering that, but I've been playing way too much. Callisto Protocol was something I really wanted. I was excited for Callisto Protocol, and I'm not even a Dead Space fan, and it was really, really, I don't know, it was very well... wasn't very well received. Exactly. Undead Nightmare? I don't know. Definitely bypass the torture with it going around, but in real life, that's how this tractor is being used to move things. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's just too bad that that these are not nearly as efficient. Yeah, it does. That's one that definitely does look good. It's a shame that these are not nearly as... farming is not like that, but many other things are way... But yeah. I'm torn, though. Callisto... you know what, dude? I would say 216, go for Evil West. Because from what I've seen about Callisto Protocol, not really giving me the warm and fuzzies. Also, how was your weekend, buddy? How is everything? And I think Evil West actually has it's got a co-op mode, I want to say. I did just see, oh, you're on vacation. Dude, nice. Nice. I took, till January 2nd. That is fantastic, and I am so happy for you. You absolutely... completely 100% deserve it. You work so damn hard, and for real, my friend, for real. Enjoy your vacation, enjoy your time with your kids, get some gaming in. Cheers to you, dude. I hope people do have some time off around the holidays, that they get a chance to either just relax, kick back, spend it with family, if you like your family, or just enjoy the time away from working. I really hope that everybody gets at least that small chance. the simple chance to just not work. Oh. There we go. So we've got that stage completed. It's also nice to play a new game, and I want a good game for vacation. Thinking of Evil West, but also read the campaign is short. Well, you have the opportunity to do multiple things. And are we gonna need a crane? So the potatoes are there. We got to get them over there and over there. So that's actually not too bad. Do I need a crane? I think I might need a crane. Yeah, let's go get a truck with a crane. Open for suggestions, open world games. So I've been playing Darktide on the PC. I found out my laptop actually runs Darktide. Also, there's just a bunch of goofy little games and stuff like that I've been having running in the background. I played a bunch of Valheim, which was kind of neat. All right, let's go to the garage. Let's find a vehicle that has the ability to put crane on the back. See, because this is one of the other DLC trucks as well. Where is that Western Star? I thought I had a Western Star around here somewheres. I like the fact that I can scroll so quickly through this entire list of vehicles. This guy. Because we were actually using this on Space Vikings playthrough in Alaska. So let's see if we can add. No, we can't actually. All right, so we need another option. But yeah, definitely check out Evil West. I'm not sure how much you'd really enjoy the Callisto Protocol, but also there's that new game from the creators of Rick and Morty, a SnowRunner MechWarrior 5 themed season. I can wish, can't I? Well, funny you mention that, Mr. General Disarray, because apparently Armored Core is coming out with a new game at some point in time. They were announced during the Game Awards, and it's Armored Core 6, which I loved. I absolutely loved the Armored Core series because you found components, you built your mech, you outfit it with weapons, different shields, melee weapons, all kinds of stuff like that. It was a really great game. A really great game. I'll be lurking on my end. Father Duty's incoming. See you all around. District, thank you so much, my friend, for coming in with a raid and always adding wonderful commentary to everything. And guys, also another delightful individual that you should be following, even though that is some American Truck Simulator right there. You definitely should be following District for wonderful SnowRunner content, because the dude does all manner of crazy stuff. So don't forget it. Let's see. Norwich, absolutely, my friend. Thank you very much. You are more than welcome. For real. Let's see. Look at this 6. That thing's a funny little truck. It's a nice little truck. What do we want to use? I want to use something fun and different that I don't typically use all the time. You know what? This Voron is already equipped with everything that we need, so why don't we do this? Because we can. Although, I think this is the one that I found annoying because it's got a squeak. Heard about this game? You can always play SnowRunner. You could absolutely always play SnowRunner. And what are the chances that some of your little ones are actually gonna... Dude, if you got into SnowRunner, I'm not sure you really know what to do. You'd just be like, holy crap, this is amazing. I'm just gonna keep up with it. Actually, where do I gotta go? Oh, it's right over there. So I can just kind of cut across behind. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take the I'm gonna take the shortcut. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's go this way. Most of my tastes recently have gravitated towards platformer-esque, so I don't have many suggestions. Yeah, you know what? But see, here's the thing: a platformer-style game is still a fantastic game. Oops. Like Darksiders, High on Life. Yes, that was the one. Mr. General Disarray says High on Life. That is the one by the creators of Rick and Morty. And that looks like a fantastic game. That looks like a lot of fun. All right. Let's kind of take the back route to grab my potatoes. Or not. There we go. That's right. Coming for you, potatoes. Timo88, what's going on? How are you doing? What is happening? Hope you are well this evening. Happy Monday to you. We're here just cruising along through some SnowRunner. Which, I love this game. And you know what? Honestly, 216, if you dipped your toes into this game, I'm pretty sure that you would be completely hooked. It's one of those games that it's so much fun. And it's relaxing, and it's just a cool game to kick back to. Especially after like a long day, and you're just, driving trucks. If you like anything having to do with trucks, upgrading trucks, exploration, all of that stuff. I mean, you would enjoy the hell out of this. All right, let's see where we kind of cut through. Come around through here. Yeah, there we go. All right, so yes, we in fact did have to obtain both with a crane. And then just lift it up, hoist it on, swing it over, drop it down. It's almost like that's like a dance, you know? Okay. And then just try not to knock the other one off while you're at it. Go. Bingo. Store the crane, pack the cargo, and we are ready to rock. See how quick and easy that was? It's quick and easy. It really is. Where do we have to go? We have to... So which way is the easiest way first? Dance? Well, I'd certainly hope you dance. Look at you, Mr. General Disarray. You're doing like backflips over there with your pint-size stream avatar. Okay, so let's head back exactly how we came over here, and then we'll loop around and we'll hit the northern... Well, Relic, what's going on, dude? How are you this evening? His name is Rupert. Rupert, the What the hell are those things? Those are the Digimon. That's right, they were Digimon. I added all this stuff, and I can't even remember half of what they're called. Doing great this evening. That is very good to hear. I am also doing well. I'm doing really well. Just kind of cruising through fields, surrounded by sunflowers. I mean, how much better can it be? How much better do you want this to be than what's actually currently taking place? All around you here. It can't get better than that. Rupert, like Stuart Gilligan Griffin's teddy bear. Oh, that's right, he was named Rupert. That is a very good point. I completely forgot about that. Rupert? Stewie. Okay. And actually, speaking of rather twisted cartoons and such, Relic, have you had an opportunity to watch the next most recent season of Paradise PD? Sorry about your fence, but you wanted potatoes, so I'm getting you potatoes, buddy. Your brother is Jay Stewie. I mean, potentially. Potentially. All right, let's go deliver some potatoes. Perfect. I'm on board with this. You have not. It's, I personally think as the seasons have gone on in Paradise PD, that show has become more and more and more twisted. And it's just, it's so completely out there. But hey, you know, everything can't be Rick and Morty. Oh, man. So, I honestly think so, yeah. It's, I don't know if it's as long of a season. I want to say, like, the first and second seasons definitely felt longer. They can sure try. Yes, absolutely. All right, so this is where we get hung up the last time when we were discussing burgers. And you can see those two little stumps right there, and you can see all of the different tire tracks. So that's where I get hung up. Going downstairs for no problem, Norwich. You take your time, my friend. That's all I need to hear. Yeah, if you watch, let me know what you think, because I'm very, very curious as to your input on the matter, sir. Potatoes. Feeling pretty good about it. Feeling pretty good. We got our potatoes. We're gonna go deliver them. I've had a revelation today. Sunny D is to orange juice as Yoo-Hoo is to chocolate milk. Pretty much, yeah. They've both got the same... what is Paradise PD about? It is about a police department in the fictional town of Paradise. It is a cartoon, and essentially every single character on the police department is inept, 100%. And the newest recruit accidentally shot his father's testicle off at the very beginning. So it's really messed up. It's really messed up.
Cheese!
Load up. So reality TV then? Getting close. Cheers, my friends. Oh.
those goldfish are going to go swimming in the full bucket of popcorn slurry that I had earlier today. Because I consumed an entire large bucket of popcorn. I'm pretty sure at the halfway point of the movie. There was a lot of moving. There was an excessive amount of moving. I don't... Oh, man. I can't even remember the last time I had a Yoo-Hoo. I was working a job, and this was a long time ago. And my brother had come with me. We were delivering something. Runs with who? Hello, how are you? So my brother was with me, and he picked up something at a convenience store, and it was called Moose Juice. And needless to say, it wasn't really all that great, because the Moose Juice wound up down the entire side of the truck after it came back up again. That's kind of the issue with me for Rick and Morty. Yeah, Rick and Morty can be good, but now you've got a dozen of shows trying to emulate that art style and shock value humor to try and get the same level of success. Yes, that's the thing. You're completely 100% on point with that. It cures cottonmouth in a pinch. If nothing else in range. Just finished the Forza Weekly Challenge called Sport. It's in the name, where you had to do all the things in the Audi S1. Okay. Yeah, I did all that stuff the other day. I've never found myself in that position, but thanks. Yes. Relic is full of all manner of home remedies, so to speak. If there was ever a self-help section on the stream, it would be hosted by Relic with like homebrew remedies for various different things. Isn't Moose Juice a brand name for moose bait pea? I don't know. I certainly hope not. Oh, we gotta go around the other way because that is where we left the truck. That, hey, we've now got a truck that can potentially correct our indiscretion. Didn't count towards what you were doing? Yeah, I wouldn't have run the gauntlet if it's... yeah. Alright, doesn't seem like the locals were moved in the slightest by your example. More like they expect things to be done for them from now on. Oh well, I'll have to think of some other way to deal with them. Well, alright then. Alright, pop this bad boy right on over. There we go. Home remedy, caramel Crown Royal and apple cider. Interesting. Very interesting. We've got a lot of stuff to do. Oop, damn it. Fixing the elevator. Visit the unloading area. So this is all in the crossroads. Those pesky locals and where they live and whatnots. 100% correct. Drink it warm or cold. I've not had that crown. I've had the apple crown, though. Tractor Man, what's up, dude? How are you doing? How is everything? Have you gotten yourself all dug out? Has, Crossroads. That's on the Heartlands. Where are we? We're here. Finder's fee. Deliver to the village. Wait, what did I want to do? No, fixing the elevator. So visit the unloading area. Okay. So the unloading area is right over there. Cleaning equipment. Oh, okay. So there's cleaning equipment in the unloading area. Gotcha. Where's the garage? Okay, that's the garage. We're going to go to the garage. Let's do this one. Let's see how this one goes. But how are you doing, Tractor Man? What's up? I know. Those locals are very pesky.
Let's see which type of vehicle. My poor little diesel scout has decided to grenade its transmission, so instead of 3 forward gears and 1 reverse, I have a neutral-only transmission. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good time. Yeah, that sounds like an older 4L60, something like that. Okay, so now, why don't we use this thing for now? How about we do that? Let's change the tires off the chain tires. Go with these bad boys. So those are more expensive. Those are 51. So we'll do these. We'll do those tires right there. All right. And now we have to go. Not finder's fee. We wanted to do fixing the elevator. So that's going to be cleaning equipment, which is going to be like a regular trail. Okay. So now we have to get over there from here. Okay. Let's plot a route. Because we all know how much I like doing that. What car is good for the speed trap by the pyramid to hit 190? I have no idea because I hate speed traps and I hate trying to do that stuff. Unless it's something like obvious that you can just kind of game the system with. I don't typically tend to do them just because they're irritating as hell. Yeah, so let's go this way. Where do we go? This way. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, I don't really do... Like, I typically don't do the stuff that gets me, like, the couple of points for wheel spins or super wheel spins or anything like that, unfortunately. So, 50 foot, too short for the jump in the desert. Yeah, it's a Chrysler 727 automatic. Those are usually really stout transmissions. Which I think the factory transmission got in it to drive over to a buddy's house, put it in drive, the transmission made a horrid sound crunch and lost all the gears. Yeah. The 727 I can definitely see as being a factory transmission of one of those things because the International company used a lot of different components and pieces from various other manufacturers throughout the life of their production run. So you could have had a TH400 from, General Motors. You could have a Ford ignition system, different transfer cases, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of different stuff. And it's pretty cool though, unless you don't have the line ticket, which was usually either in the glove box or the door jamb, just like the AMC. Yeah, exactly like the AMC. I mean, they were in early Jeeps too, because, well, when I say early Jeeps, like the late 60s, early 70s, because you could get like a Jeepster with a 401 AMC motor, and you could have it mated up to like a TH350 or TH400 transmission. International was just kind of like AMC. They were to other manufacturers and said, give me all your outdated parts. Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, a lot of the outdated stuff that the other manufacturers were no longer using with some of the better stuff. I personally feel like, you know. Like the TH350 transmission, you couldn't get a more bulletproof transmission than that thing. And to put it behind like a four-wheel drive truck transmission or in a muscle car application, I mean, it was a really strong transmission. Yeah, you could go with like a Muncie 4-speed, but we're talking about automatic transmissions and stuff like that. And a lot of the old school, like the twin stick style transfer cases or the old big heavy duty chain style transfer cases, it's just more heavy duty components than what is out there now, where it's all clutch packs and static fluid pressure and all that stuff. AMC is cool though. I have a friend who's got an AMC Eagle, and they dropped a they pulled the factory engine. It wasn't the 360. They dumped a 440 in that thing. Muncie Rock Crusher will never be beat in the whining while driving down the road category. Yeah, because the gear cut on the Muncie, the Rock Crusher transmission, which was the M22, it had a particular gear wind to it because the angle at which the gears were cut, which actually allowed them to be stronger than the angle cut of most of the other transmissions. So you had the M20, which was the wide ratio, the M21, which was the close ratio, and then the M22, which was the Stone Crusher transmission, which was the transmission to have at the time. Like muscle car stuff, yeah. But then again, back then, that's when you wanted the third pedal. That's when you wanted to be able to sidestep the clutch as you're just hammering down the throttle. Nowadays, you are much better off with an automatic transmission. Cake Burrito, very cool, my dude. How are you doing? I think we go this way. Like nowadays, the dual clutch automatic transmissions with the Tiptronic controls right on the steering wheel, it's so much better than a standard transmission ever could be. Like, I kind of wish my Jeep had an automatic in it. My Trailblazer had an automatic, and that was a 4-speed. That was a 4L60E transmission. The Jeep has a 6-speed, and it's such a pain. Just playing Hunter Call of the Wild, very cool. Very, very cool. How are you doing with that? Also, the fact that I don't have to go to work tomorrow, kind of really enjoying that. The 4L Slippy E, the Trailblazer. But here's the thing. In 2008, which is the year of my particular Trailblazer, that's when they had sorted out a lot of the transmission issues in those things. Like, it was 05 and under that was not the great... Oh, that's a sign. We picked up a sign. I saw the sign. The 4L60 in those particular ones weren't nearly as good as like the 06 and up. But those things only lasted until 2009. I think was the last of the like the stream title. I had that saying in my mind. King Trucker, what is going on? How are you doing? Did it open up your eyes? Yes, it did. It opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. To the right. To the right. There's actually apparently still an upgrade that I've not found on any of these maps so far. That was Ace of Base. I saw the sign. That was back in the 90s. Relic, you're dialing it back hardcore, my dude. And I appreciate it.
I'm good, just dealing with a very nasty cough right now. You all right? Everything going okay? Yeah, because it was, I saw the sign, and didn't they have one more larger hit? Heard that song way too much. Me ma had it. So I'm playing DC Universe Online, and I listened to a recording thing, and guess who it is? The greatest animated Batman voice actor, Kevin Conroy. He was in DC Universe? Yes, All That She Wants, that's right. That's what it was. And that was around the same time as Chumbawamba with Tub Thumpers. Jared Strang, I did not realize that Kevin Conroy actually had voice work in DC Universe Online. Like, I played a ton of DC Universe Online once upon a time, back in the day, ages ago. That was a good game, though. Is another baby? She's gone tomorrow, boy. All that she wants. They had a weird beat. They had a really weird beat. And I'm surprised that they haven't been, like, covered. He is same as Luke Skywalker, Mark is Joker. Oh, Mark Hamill's is the Joker. Really? I had no idea. No kidding. Alright, so we go here. Stage is completed. It also helps if we actually start tracking. So we need that trailer. Deliver to the workshop. Force. Oh. Bother. Deliver to the processing. Oh. Darn it. I didn't actually think about. Huh. Okay. No, this is going to be a pain. We've got to make 2 trips. I had fun with that game years ago. No, I didn't know that he was in DC Universe Online. I played that game. I played a ton of that game. But I never actually realized that Kevin Conroy was the voice of Batman in it, and that Mark Hamill was the voice of the Joker in it. Alright, so this is not exactly the best idea. So that's the service spare parts that are right there. Oy. It's still getting updates. It started back in 2014. Yeah, I played that, and when they had it on the console, it was actually really good on the console, believe it or not. They made it actually decent for the console. So tell you what, I'm going to have to send out something that's got... Well, that's just got a crane on it. I'd be able to put 2 on there, but that doesn't make any sense to do that. So why don't I go back to the garage. Let's get a truck with a crane. We could do this. Yeah, that game, they initially started, I think they went with a subscription plan initially. And then from the subscription plan, they actually changed it over to free-to-play sooner as opposed to later. And they have made so much money on a free-to-play plan than, like, anything. It really worked out good for them. Like, really, really good for them. Which truck do I want to use to have 2 cargo slots and... Let me just see something. Nope, nope, nope. Can't do with that. I do like... I still like this one. This is a great truck. Marvel Hero... Which one was Marvel Heroes? Do I want to try this one? Does this one get the... So if we do the flatbed, not that crane, but... Okay, no, we can do... Oh, this is great, actually. So we can do the loading crane and the flatbed. So remember the daily vaults, it got removed, but back during events like the holiday season. Okay. Man, that and actually creating your hero and then choosing his powers, choosing how he moved around the map, that was so cool. That was so cool. That was such a long time ago. All right. And beacons for safety. Oop. All right, so this is going to get some of the cargo, and this is also going to allow us to load up the service spare parts on the other truck as well. So that's kind of a step in the right direction. And then we're going to go drive all the way up here. And then we're going to drive... I mean, I guess I could loop around from the backside over there. Or I could just go this way. That's fine, too. I still don't know where the last upgrade part is that we still need to find. Man, that was such a great game, though. My main three are a Red Lantern version of me, a Mental Ninja, and Batman Beyond. That's cool. That's really cool. Did we go the right way? Yeah. No, we went right. Yeah. We went the right way. I had a character that had like I think he had twin auto pistols, I want to say. He had guns. He had guns, a weird cape, a top hat, and goggles. And he had some very bright colors. It was pretty cool, though. It's actually really, really cool. Yeah, that was a fun game. And to go around the major settings, so you had like Gotham, and then you had Metropolis that Superman kind of watched over. Gotham was neat. I honestly think that Gotham was probably one of my more favorite regions in the game, because it was just like, it was very much like a Tim Burton style Gotham kind of area. All right, so we're going to follow this all the way up that way. Away we go. Gotham is where your house is at. You can actually have a house. I didn't even realize. So I got out of this game so long ago. So long ago. So all the changes and stuff that you've played in that game, I can almost guarantee you that I never would have experienced. All right, hold on. Let me find out when this game actually came out. So, DC Universe Online. So, DC Universe Online. Okay, initial release date was January 11th, 2011. Gotham is where the heart is at. 11 years ago. Yeah, 2011. DC Universe Online came out in 2011. I played at launch, to give you any idea about anything. I've got a weird gaming history, I guess. For the longest time, I never had. Did I have a PlayStation? I had a PlayStation 3. Had the PlayStation 2. Last time I played was shortly after the Shield and Earth Powers were released. Yeah, dude, I can't even tell you. Like, I even tried dipping my toes back into World of Warcraft, and I played a Goblin Warlock up to the like the free level 20 cap. Oop, oop. And it was just,
It was like, no, man, this is like way too much. This is like way too much in this game. What's this? I don't know. There's too much different, too much changed. That is the difficult thing about a game that you played a ton of and that you spent so many hours invested in, and then you gave it a break and came back, you know, months, years later, and it goes from changing a little bit to changing a lot of it. And you're left either wondering, where am I? Where's the game that I left? Or you're trying to figure out new mechanics and new locations and new enemies and raids and dungeons and all sorts of stuff. And it's difficult. Because a lot of times, too, it's like, this is almost the memory of an old... Oh, crap. Oh, bother. It's like this is almost the memory of an old friend, but not. It looks the same, but then again, it's not really the same anymore. It's so totally different. Game is pretty much the same, but more powers and a hero villain hub instead of two different ones. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Like, World of Warcraft for me, it was like, no, this is Orgrimmar. We can wander around Orgrimmar, we can experience Orgrimmar, we can see what's here and the different changes, the Zeppelins that they added, and the big spire in the middle. But it's different. It's so very different nowadays. Oh, okay. Do I have a spare tire on this thing? I don't think I do. Oh, whoa. Hopefully we don't bump anything with that right front tire. Is there a game that you guys have played that you've gone back to and then was just like, I don't know. I don't think I can. Couldn't get into WoW like that. I couldn't bring myself to marry that game. And that's the thing. That is one of the things about World of Warcraft is it is so big and so expansive, and the amount of knowledge that you don't really need to know, but to be decent at playing it, you're actually kind of required to understand certain fundamentals. The add-ons that they had for that game, that was me going back to GTA Online. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in GTA. GTA Online isn't nearly as different, but it just, when you log in, I mean, it's the same location, but then it's like, oh my god, the amount of stuff that there is to do now, or throw money at, or vehicles to invest in, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, the amount of stuff that they have in that game. And it's the same idea, Tractor Man. Same idea. I think I go this way. Pretty sure I go this. Yeah, I went this way. Okay. And I'm just hoping I don't pop a tire, because I don't have any spares, even though I've got these completely useless drop axles right here that I could fundamentally steal a tire off of, but that's neither here nor there. I like this truck. I do like this one too. This one's a little bit more versatile than the other one. Being able to jump in a private lobby that still lets you do everything in GTA Online was a big step, a huge step forward, Relic, a huge step. If you didn't have a crew of people to game with on Grand Theft Auto Online, and you went in there thinking that you could have a biker club, or you could have one of the businesses post your Red Lantern character, and just awesome, I will definitely check that out. I will very much so check that out. But yeah, not having a crew of people to watch your back as you simply tried to get from point A to point B was just awful. Oh, bummer. Totally just broke my tire. Alright, change truck. Repair.
So we're... Oh, this thing has 4 spare tires. Holy crap. And we basically fixed that thing enough to... Yeah. It's always this concrete. Always, always, always this concrete over here. So these are the service spare parts, apparently. Oops. They're probably going to straighten themselves out once they get locked on there, but that's beside the point. Now when I jump on Grand Theft Auto Online, me and the homies just load up and go do our own thing unless someone needs to sell some goods. Yeah, like the nightclub or any of that stuff. It is just, it's so cool that you can finally, like, actually play the game without essentially what equates to harassment, effectively. Not that it is technically harassment, but it's the fact that, like, you're trying to play the game and you really can't because you're getting just blocked at every corner while playing it. All right, so let's load the cargo, and then I'll back up. The nightclub and the car shop are great for just letting quick money build. Yeah, I like the nightclub. I think my nightclub is called Gafenga, and it's just got like all the lights, the big bumpin' techno beat, the whole 9 yards. I like the nightclub stuff. It's fun, and it's a unique breakaway from the typical Grand Theft Auto, like smash and grab, you know, style of missions that they always have you doing it. Hey, you'll never believe it, but mine is Tony's Funhouse. Dude, that's awesome. Oh, that's so awesome. Alright, perfect. Let's see. Restore the crane. Nope. Pack the cargo. Change the truck. Pack the cargo. Turn the lights on. Let's back up to the trailer and let's get this party wagon started. Nika Fernandez, yeah! Thank you very much, my friend. Also, Relic, yes indeed. I still have this like salt residue that's going on. Oh my god.
Cheese!
Oh. I'm trying not to drown myself in goldfish, but they're gonna swim in the popcorn slurry. Well, that's the thing. Oh, Relic. Vlad also got his Christmas card. JR String, that thing's pretty cool, actually. That's actually really cool. So I had Yeah, you can you can hit up Vlad, and it's funny too because of wait, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm going forward. It's funny because yeah, it's funny. Very much so. All right, and trailer. Okay. So we have to get this stuff to the workshop. Where's the workshop? I have no idea where the workshop is. Oh, okay. So we followed this road.
Cheese!
Again, you say? More goldfish to swim in the popcorn slurry. And let me tell you, I had it was probably a bucket of popcorn, the equivalent of this.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
Supergo, what's up, dude? How's everything? We have 4 Red Lantern logos, 1 in front, 2 on both shoulders, 1 on each, and 1 on the back. Okay. Oh, that's cool, dude.
I'll carry you to the gates of Valhalla.
I awaited.
You will ride eternal, shiny,
Shiny and chrome. Can I go down the railroad tracks? All the good stuff. Oh, crap. All the good stuff. So we're going to go there.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I think this is how we're going to do it. Yep. Yep. What? Yep. What? But Supergo, what's going on, man? Were you here since I've been to the, since I went to the concert the other weekend? I can't remember if I told you about the concert. Before your PC overheats. Oh, damn, dude. Unprecedented. I certainly hope your PC does not overheat, because that would be an unfortunate turn of events right there. But, yeah, did I tell you about the concert? I can't remember if I did or not. The back of my head wound up in someone's video that they posted to Waylon's picture, or Waylon's, the Killer's Confession group, which was hysterical. And it's funny too, and Relic, you'll appreciate this, because Waylon was actually super excited to check out that that Marvel, that game you've been playing, and I can't. You mentioned it a million times. I can't remember what the name of it is. We were watching a review. Yeah, with no Radiator fans, I can only keep it on a few minutes. Midnight Suns, yes. So, Waylon was watching a review of Midnight Suns, and he was like, I don't know, should I get it? Should I not get it? I'm not sure. Fun fact, birth control pills in German is anti-baby-filling. What? Wait, what? I have no idea what you're on about. But yeah, it was funny because we're watching the review, and then somebody was taking video. You started talking about it, then stopped and meant to ask me about something from mine, and then went on about something. Yeah, that's usually what happens a lot, and I apologize for it, because yeah, my brain is like, 8 badgers in a 3-cat sack, so it happens. But yeah, I asked Waylon how the wings were. And he definitely liked the wings. The wings were good. But yeah, I had a good time. I had a real good time. A great venue too. Great venue. Also got a chance to help out a little bit with Julie at the merch table and everything like that. So that was cool. Good news is I've only got 2 more days of school. Oh, dude, that's awesome. That is very cool. I had today off. I have tomorrow off. I have like a half a day on Friday. So we're doing this dumb Christmas luncheon, and I use air quotes for Christmas luncheon, because they're going to put out a bunch of food at work, yet we're still going to be open. So we still have to work and deal with people, while, another fun fact, far from poopin' is how you say constipated in Dutch. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I don't know about you sometimes. But yeah, we were watching the preview or the review for Marvel's Midnight Suns, and it's just the back of my head and the back of Waylon's head in the van as somebody else was taking video, and it was goofy funny like that. That was a great place for a show. Nika Fernandez, whoa. Thank you so much for that. Holy moly. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Guys, that is another person you should be absolutely following right there. What game is that? Is that Elden Ring? Is that Elden Ring? Holy moly. That looks like Elden Ring. I think that's Elden Ring, but you were last seen playing Forza Horizon 5, and you were racing with viewers. So that was totally cool. I haven't touched Elden Ring in so long. I kind of feel bad about it because I got it and I played a lot of it, and then I didn't do anything with it. I never really got very far. I never really explored a lot. It was sort of one of those things where it was like, I'm in a video for a threshing show. The guy was filming a threshing machine, and I darted in front of the camera. Why must cats jump on me when jumping onto couch every single time? Because you are a human springboard, Cryptid Tales. Also, cats are jerks. Cats are colossal jerks. Cats are the biggest jerks, hands down. Alright, so this thing has all kinds of stuff. I do like this one because it's got the differential lock. However, the other one does not have the differential lock, but it's got those two dead axles, which are kind of annoying. There's actually a joke, and Relic, you will appreciate this. There's a joke about, in Paradise PD, about the Cats movie, and it's called the butthole cut. Because they went back and they digitally took out all the buttholes from the cats in the Cats movie. And it's this really twisted whole thing, and it's like, oh my goodness, what is going on here? Alright, continuing in this direction. The butthole. Yes, exactly. My favorite Christmas song is The Least Nobby Dog. You? Has anyone else seen the video of the kitten when it realizes that it has 4 paws? I have not, Tractor Man. I have not. If you would like to, you can drop a link for that in the link section of the Discord, and I will most assuredly get to that. Alright, which way are we going? Oh, it's this way. We have to go this way now. Or we could go further up. You know what? No, screw it. We'll just do this one. Why not? We'll go this way. And we're close enough to the garage that if something happens to us, we can dispatch assistance to save ourselves from ourselves, which is a common occurrence in this game. I still can't believe that this thing is carrying 150 repair points and 4 spare tires. I like the videos of the kids that realize that their elves have drawn on their faces while they were sleeping. Oh my goodness. So they blame it on the elf on a shelf? Is that's what's going on? Because that's amazing. You know, I'm telling you, dude, nobody should invite an elf on the shelf into their homes. They are creepy. They are very creepy little creatures. And you do not want to make deals with elves. Like most fey creatures, they expect far more in return. Unseeing Frame! What's going on? How are you doing? What is a good word? And how is everything? We are here. We are plugging along. We have 3 different ones. Oh my goodness. That's mildly terrifying. Has any of those elves drawn on any small humanoids' faces? That "Hey You Guys" clip is awesome, and I've got a couple more things that I'm working on that I'm going to be trying to add in hopefully the near future. Maybe even tomorrow, because I've actually got the day off. I get to sit down and do stuff. One is the Fiend on the scene, and he's evil. The Fiend on the scene. My goodness, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Or say about that sometimes. Fiend on the scene. Primetime Live! You know, even though I'm probably very near the garage and I could dispatch a vehicle to assist myself in kind of fixing the problem, I don't really want to, because then that would take additional time. Time that I don't want to spend. Alright, there's a... Oh, that is a giant factory over there. Holy moly. Alright, maybe we should have stuck to the pavement for as long as we could and then cut across. Instant general picture. Okay, okay. He has put the elves in some not-so-fun situations. Gotcha. Gotcha. Alright. That's a big factory. Holy moly. And the fact that that kind of looks like a castle in some respects is mildly terrifying. I like this music too. This music is great. Like, I could actually take all the ambient in-game, like, truck sounds and turn them all down and just turn up the background music for this game, and it would just be fantastic. I like it. It's good. So I wonder if the other truck is going to do all right, because it doesn't have a trailer to tow around. Okay, so the tractor goes in, or the trailer goes in one spot, and then the cargo goes in another. Let's see what we can do, other than be blinded by... Alright. There we go. So this is... Okay, so that's for the cleaning equipment right there. So we'll detach the trailer. Oh. Yeah, it would help if I could actually see where I'm going. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so that is that from here. So we'll be lazy, we'll recover. Not the Tega. So we go to the other Western Star. And then we decide on the route for this particular... Oh, wow. We're already down a half a tank fuel. Oddly enough. What is the worst situation that the fiend on the scene has put the elf on a shelf into? Because now we have to be smart about this particular route. And like I guess we can cross over there? No, we can't cross over here. My bad. Can we go around? No, I don't even think we can. Well, we can. Well, we can kind of go around. We can kind of go around. I am checking Discord. Oh my goodness. Alright, that thing is kind of wild looking, dude. That thing is totally wild looking. Alright, so... The thing is, I think if I kinda went down the tracks, maybe I could get there a little bit sooner. Noirde! How are you doing? What's going on? How is everything today? We're playing some SnowRunner. One of my absolute favorite games of all time. Nope, this is just a single player. This particular one is kind of like my own personal little playthrough. So we're gonna do... And we just kind of keep on trucking. One had to be replaced because he ate one. I left the chicken wing bones and a little elf hat in front of... Oh my god. You were just like really aiming to straight up torment children is what it is. I kind of feel like. All right. So let's just follow the railroad tracks. Yeah, so usually we play this on Thursday nights with Space Viking, and his session is typically open, but last week I wasn't able to play because my internet was down, and I was on the phone with tech support. Not all children, just mine? Okay. So I was on the phone with tech support trying to get stuff all squared away. Also, it was my old man's birthday last Thursday, so I didn't get a chance to play this. So while I was off eating cake, Space Viking was actually playing Darktide. But typically we play this on Thursday nights, and it is an open session, or at least we've started to make it an open session. His playthrough is fairly new, and he's in Alaska currently, which I love the Alaska map. And it's so much fun getting back to some of the original, older... You know, it's funny when you say older. Oh, crap. It's funny when you say an older map, and it's just the release maps with the game. Tamir, Alaska... oh, crap. You know, things like that. Stuff place full of the best upgrades. Yeah, the original maps have most of the good solid upgrades, and then when you start getting into the DLCs, it's not nearly as good. Like, they don't have nearly as many upgrades for the different vehicles. Psychologists have written papers on Ho, the elf on the shelf, indoctrinates children to surveillance.
Oh, that's just creepy, dude. That's just straight up creepy when you think about it. It's also a good thing that there is no actual train running in this game. Because if this was like Grand Theft Auto, or if this was like any other game with an actual train, I would have been knocked off these rails a long time ago. And like utterly obliterated. No, we're just going to follow these rails. It's going to take us all the way to the workshop in the factory. And then we'll see where we go from there. All right, there's the giant factory in the background. Tell you what, let's kind of take the, Whoa! This is apparently the bumpy route. There we go. Yeah, this thing's got some bumpy suspension. I kind of wonder how this thing would do in some of the earlier game stuff with hauling the large special trailers. And I honestly wish that they had way more special trailers. Or at least repeatable special trailer missions. As if the idea of Santa is any better. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Because he'll know if you misplaced that decimal point upon your taxes, little child. And then he'll give all your information to the Krampus. And the Krampus will take out a credit card in your name, and he will buy himself a brand new burlap sack into which you will fit ever so gingerly. Nope. That one. That's the ticket. Yeah, we almost had an issue there with the wrong phone pole. So I've actually got I've got 2 Krampus pop figures, believe it or not, and one of them is the more rare, desirable one, which I didn't realize until there's an app you can get for Funko Pops, and with them, you basically just scan the barcode on the bottom of the Funko Pop, and it'll tell you what the current market value is of that particular pop figure, and if you want to buy it, where you can buy it from, or where you can get it. It's actually kind of cool. All right. Great, now the elevator is operational once again. All right, fantastic. What is Seats of Power? Oh, we don't have that one. Okay. I guess in that case, we gotta... try to back out and get that task. Let's see. Do. And there's a cultivator over there, of course. All right, perfect. So let's get this. Seats of Power. Fixing the machinery is all fine and good, but our administrative wing here looks downright terrible. Ancient cracked desks, raggedy couches, and chairs, far from what is appropriate for an honest business. Honest business. Right. So what do we got to do? We need 4 consumables for the administrative wing. And the consumables come from the railway... Okay. All right, so we got to get 4 consumables from the railway terminal all the way back over to here. Programmer! Double down. That is all right. I will mix it with my popcorn slurry and root beer.
because I had some of that earlier today. How you doing, dude? What's going on? All right, we want the... Where'd it go? I know I have another one in here somewhere. Where is it? I've got so many trucks, so many vehicles, that I've got to go through so many things. Aha! There we go. That is exactly what we need. Cut that. Cut those. All-wheel drive, diff lock, off-road. And that. What do we want for tires? Hey, Norwich! What's up, dude? We could go with some big old aggressive tires like that. Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? So we're going to use this truck to go to the railway terminal. And then from there, we're going to bring back 4 units of... Where do we go? Right here. Okay. 4 units of... Tell you what, cut right across there. Consumables. That's what we need. So we got to make it to the rail yard, which then from here it's fairly easy to negotiate the... And we just kind of go right in here. So railway terminal has consumable. Okay, so that's where we want to go. What about like little tyke tires? We would burn the plastic out way too quickly. Like if you ever remember, or if you know what like a Big Wheels was. Anybody remember what a Big Wheels was? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Oh yeah, and then we cut across this way. I really feel bad every time I drive through these fields of sunflowers because they really, really look nice. And they do damage. So there's that. A green machine. A bruised tailbone when you jumped it. They were cool though. And you had them and they were all based on like different franchises from when you were a kid. It was like a 3-wheeler, but you pedaled the front wheel. And then the ones that we had were all plastic, I want to say. There we go. Let's motivate along in this mighty rig, the Twin Steer. Booyah Moon, I remember the big wheel. I think it was made by Hot Wheels. Was it, or was it like orange with a blue seat? Who made those things originally? I don't know if they were made by Hot Wheels. I mean, anything's possible, especially when it comes to kids' toys from once upon a time back in the day. Although chances are they probably did make one, or like a version of one, as a Hot Wheels as well. Ow! That just destroyed a tire. Oh my goodness. That just destroyed all of my suspension. Maybe Mattel?
made by Peel. You're just hung up on the P50, J.R. Strang. So, we just popped a tire and almost deleted most of our suspension. So I need a service truck. All right, service truck. What do we want to make into a service truck? Van body. There we go. All right. I don't know if this is the best idea, but this is going to be a great idea. Let us look up and see who made... Let's see. All right, who made the big wheel? Lewis Marks and Company. Introduced by Lewis Marks and Company in 1969 and manufactured in Girard, Pennsylvania, Big Wheel was a very popular toy in the 70s in the United States, partly because of its low cost and partly because consumer groups said it was safer alternative to the traditional tricycle or bicycle. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, yeah. That's so wild when you think about it. All right, maybe this wasn't the best thing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, this thing handles really, really funny with this thing on the back. It looks like an Alaskan school bus. There we go. This is totally not the best idea. Remember the hula hoop? I do remember the hula hoop. The hula hoop was not so much a big thing for me. I was a product of the 80s. Sorry, kids, no more school, no more snow days. For we have the beastliest of school buses to bring you I've always thought, wouldn't it be a great thing to have kind of like an idea sort of like Uber, but with vehicles that are far more capable in inclement weather or off-road terrain. So like you've got a transportation company that, you know, say you need to go to a construction site, or say do you need to go to, I do not, loader, no. Say you need to go somewhere in a snowstorm. And it's like, well, your car won't do. So... Oh boy. Oh boy. Wait a minute. No, that's the Aramatsu Forester. Where is... Oh, he went by. Oh, I'm an idiot. Like, light bright, creepy crawlers, Etch-a-Skets. Yes! I wish I have a few mini buses so I can mod them in different ways. That'd be kind of cool. You're talking about hotshots, and they have systems like Uber. Well, I think it would be fun. I think it would be absolutely fun. And Skag Braggy, how are you doing today? What's going on, my friend? How is everything? And I hope that your Monday is enjoyable. And if it's not Monday for you, I hope that Tuesday is off to a good start. Also, I'm kind of just driving around in circles because I need to get here because I popped a tire. They were those plastic platforms held by rope. I have no idea what you're talking about. Absolutely no idea. But G.I. Joe with Kung Fu grip. Hell yeah. Thank you very much, Nika Fernandez. Also, right there is Skag Braggy. Last seen playing Valheim, which is a rather delightful game. That, however, looks like Cyberpunk? Is that some Cyberpunk? Maybe it's Cyberpunk. I don't know. I could be wrong. I am completely full up with popcorn slurry and mug root beer from watching a movie earlier today. And wow, it's actually a lot later than I thought it was. The only thing was, I truly didn't realize that Avatar 2, it may have been, I didn't catch it, that's all right then,
We can pretend it's anything. We can pretend it's Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, this is the wrong vehicle to be using for this task, but that is what we do. We always use the wrong vehicles for the wrong jobs. Because it's fun that way. All I'm trying to do is get right over there to my truck and repair some tires and suspension that is destroyed. I had the toy made by someone who wanted to get rid of idiot kids, the dreaded steel lawn jarts. The lawn darts. Because that was a great idea. That was a wonderful idea. The lawn darts. Because nothing says fun like digging a metal spike out of a small child's skull. Hell yeah. Alright. Man, I haven't played Valheim in a while, though. Like, I have this really cool wooden mansion that I built, and I want to build more onto it, but all I can build with is wood. Yeah, I would like to build with stone, or, well, no, it's regular wood and then fine wood. You didn't mess up twice with them? Well, I do like this truck, though. This is a fun little truck. It's like the little truck that could. But is it the little truck that should? Bringing some repair supplies to our rather larger truck, who is... Yep, there he is. Over there. Over there. Over hill and over dale as we hit the dusty trail. And that brings me to another rather delightful toy. I think it was Mattel. It could have been Hasbro, but does anybody remember Army Ants? There was two different colors of Army Ants, orange and purple. That reminds me of that little red pickup truck when you said it. Little red pickup truck. Like the Little Red Express? Like the Dodge Little Red Express? Because it's interesting, the emissions requirements didn't really play into trucks. They did on cars. Trucks would come later. So you were able to take a 1500 pickup truck or like a half-ton pickup truck, stuff an outrageously sized engine into it, and everything was fine. Chevy 454 SS, Dodge Little Red Express, that sort of stuff. Alright, there's my truck. We've made it to it, thankfully. Now we shall repair a tire and then fix the suspension. No Army Ants, but I remember Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Yep, there was that. Alright. Fix all that stuff. Good to go. Change truck back over to this bad boy, and we are now on our way again. So there was Army Ants, and then one of the other collectibles was muscle figures. And if you remember what those were, they were like a bubblegum pink little collectible figure, and there was all kinds of different ones. And they were just so bizarre looking. They had a cartoon. They had a so they had a cartoon, and they had a video game, Silly Putty. Yep, that was an older one. That's one that's been around for a long time, and you could take something like that and actually get the ink off of like a Sunday paper, color and all, but then it would go from that like delightfully fleshy color, and it would start being darker and darker colored, and eventually I remember trading parts in the high school parking lot, brushed glass packs, and cherry bombs and hooker headers, but we had a guy named Drew that was a whiz at rejetting and tuning carbs. Yeah, those are all like the basic exhaust system components once upon a time. Like, there was only a handful of exhaust companies, but now with all kinds of different vehicles and different configurations, emission systems, things like that, there are so many exhaust companies. And the cool thing is too, now you actually can hear what your vehicle would sound like with a different exhaust system just by going on YouTube. Like, if you want to know what your Jeep Grand Cherokee with the 5.7 liter Hemi is going to sound like with a Borla Catback, you could totally do that. Or if you want to go with a Dynamax, you can check that sound out too. Play-Doh, not sure that... Oh, dude, they still make a ton of Play-Doh stuff. I remember it was a Play-Doh set that it had... you could make Frankenstein's monster, a vampire, the Wolfman, and it basically was just like injecting Play-Doh into this little head form thing, and you just put a ball of it in there, you push the arms down, and it would extrude it into this like clear mask looking thing, and then you take it off and you had a perfectly formed like Wolfman or something like that. All right, so let's go get... So, potatoes... Oh. Okay. All right, oil barrels. We want 4 units of consumables. Because we wanted to do... Seats of power is what we wanted to do. Mr. Potato Head, yes, that is still a common toy as well. There's still plenty of little kids who get a Mr. Potato Head, believe it or not, which is pretty cool, all things considered. And there are timeless classics like that, which I think is pretty awesome. They do. They still make that stuff. Oh, Nika Fernandez is sharing an amazing picture of a burger in the food channel. Stormwatch, how are you doing? Oh my goodness, that looked amazing. That looked way too good. So in the Discord, we have a food channel specifically. Nika Fernandez has shared an absolutely incredible looking burger. We're here tonight. We're transporting goods and cargo back and forth. So let's see what the easiest way to do this would be. I think... Actually, if we kind of do the same route that we did initially... to there, and then yeah, we could do over to here, and right on in. Perfect. Stormwatch, how is everything going on Monday for you? I'm working on a big piece of art in my house using different eye sketches to make it look like cells with monster eyes looking through slat holes. Dude, that actually sounded pretty awesome. I am a cook by profession. You know what? You make amazing looking food. Your food pictures are always muy bueno. Very good. Amazing. Currently freezing due to extreme wind chills in my area. On Wednesday, lows could reach minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit with gusty winds. Holy moly. Currently, right now, it is only 31 degrees outside. It was 39 degrees earlier today when I had left the house. And the only reason I left the house was to go see Avatar 2. I did see Avatar 2, Way of Water. And if you're a fan of the first movie, I highly recommend seeing the second movie. But plan accordingly, because it is like a 3.5-hour movie. It's crazy. I actually had to peek at my clock. I remember when The Exorcist came out, scared the crap. Dude, The Exorcist is one of those all-time classics of horror. It's a phenomenal movie. It's totally loaded, totally worth it. Totally worth it. It's a great. If you like the first one, you would like the second one. But it's so different in tone from the first one. I feel like the first one was so much more grandeur and wonder with the experiencing everything for the first time, like where they settle upon, you know, they look at plants for the first time, the flora and the fauna, the different creatures that they encounter, and they spend time on them when looking at them and everything else. Going to Canton and see it in a cinema, 10 Bistro Theater, where you can order food and drink. Yeah, yep. There's plenty of places like that around here too. It's pretty cool. There's this one place. It's called Chunky's Cinema Pub, and what you can actually do is, order food from your seat, but the seats are from Lincoln Town Cars. So like, they're these big bucket seats. I'm in a severe wind chill warning. Wind chills can get around -30 to -60. Dude, holy moly. That's bonkers. That is not a good time. I have to say, it's in theaters. It's still in theaters. So the heat was repaired on my Jeep a couple weeks ago. My Trailblazer had infinitely better heat than this Jeep ever could possibly have. Like, there is no way that the heat in the Jeep is even on par with the heat from my Trailblazer. It just nowhere close. Nowhere even remotely close. And it's too bad, because everybody like raves about how great the heat is in a Jeep. The only thing that surprised me about the HVAC system was it was the AC. I could not believe how good the AC was. No, GM heat does. GM heat in most of their vehicles is phenomenal. My Trailblazer was exceptional. But like, the heat in the Jeep it's not good. And it's not to say that is because it's a Jeep and it doesn't have all the insulation, blah, 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 blah. It just is not as good. Which is unfortunate, but hey, what can you do? I'm the idiot who bought a Jeep in the summertime, and now here it is the wintertime. I'm Hank Hill. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. I need propane and propane accessories. Tell everyone if they live in the western part of the USA to prepare for the dangerous wind chills. Oof. You know, usually we get some crazy weather up here in New England, but it's not. We get extremes. At least it isn't. No, I took the soft top off, and I'm pretty sure a soft top would be just as insulated as the hard top is. The hard top really isn't too much of anything. And I know plenty of people with soft tops who actually drive them through the wintertime. But then again, Jeep people are weird. I bought a 4x4 with big tires and a lift kit. I didn't buy it exclusively because it's a Jeep. Don't use it often because, well, Texas, but I love my Chevy's heated seats and heated steering wheel. Oh, dude. So heated steering wheel is on a whole different level. My brother actually has a Blazer, a new Blazer, and it's got the heated steering wheel. It's got a really nice interior with the heated seats. My Camaro
has heated seats. And it doesn't make a lot of sense to have heated seats in a Camaro because you're usually only driving it in good weather, but it's kind of nice on the back. Gonna sleep now. It's 1:50 a.m. here. Have a good rest of your stream. See you tomorrow. Norwich, thank you very much for stopping by and hanging out. I hope you have a delightful sleep there, sir. Take care of yourself. Your Equinox has heated cloth seats. Yeah, I would prefer heated cloth over heated leather any day of the week. I don't like leather seats. My Camaro has leather just because it's either cloth or leather, and it's an SS, so it came with leather. But, yeah, heated seats are nice. Heated seats are very nice. I've never had a good winter... No, wait, I can't say that. I used to have a 1972 International Harvester. It was a 4x4, and I had actually swapped out the seat that was in it and put in a seat out of an older Volvo sedan, and that had heated seats. So it was a cloth high-back Volvo bucket seat, and I actually had rigged up the heat so that it would work, and it would cook. It would cook, and it was so awesome. So awesome. Heated seats are pretty awesome in the wintertime because you don't have to have the heat cranking in the vehicle to actually make it really... There we go. And here's the cool thing, because this is a truck. That's one thing I missed from my old LTD2, the big bench seat. Nika Fernandez, have a great rest of your night. Take care of yourself. Sleep well. Thank you very much. So because this is a truck and it doesn't have a trailer, we just get to recover it right back to the garage. All right, so why don't we do... What's... Oh, wait. What's this? Oh. Deliver to the damaged rails in the Heartlands. Okay, Heartland. Damaged rail section. Oh. Oh. Truck with crane is recommended. How big is a rail section? Does that have 4 units? Access to this location. Warehouse access. We need this. This is huge. You take care of yourself, Nika. Be good, all right? And thank you very much. And we will see you when we see you. The only good thing about the Carryall 500, it has a bed and a roof, but no doors and windows. The what? The what? I kind of think I want to do... I'm going to do this one. This is going to be great. So we're here in the crossroads. We need to obtain a rail section from the rail yard. Okay, so we've got this guy right here. So let's hop in this Tega. Store the crane. Let's go double check and see. All right, oil barrels, rail section. Okay. That is a 5 slot. Imagine a golf truck, a truck cart. Okay. All right, so that is a 5 slot section of rail. And we are going to have to... I don't think it's going to need... So we're going to need a trailer. We're actually going to need a trailer for this one. So we're going to need a truck that is going to carry the low saddle. Let's figure out.
That just put a big smile on my face, remembering cruising around town loop with my girlfriend snuggle up to me, just having fun listening to good tunes and waving at friends as they cruise past. Yeah, that is one thing that doesn't really happen anymore. Cruising the strip or going around the loop. There were, like, Hampton Beach where I was, there's a loop that you could make. Now there's too much traffic. And there's, like, there's various different, like, no cruising laws or anything like that that prevent you from going around the strip. Heading out for now, go have dinner. Awesome, Stormwatch. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. I hope you stay warm, and I hope you're good out there. All right, man? So we want a low saddle on a truck. Could do something like that. We could do something like that, but it's too weak. We could do something like this, too. White Western Star. Then there's this Western Star, which is also a really good truck. Them damn kids and all their driving cars and whatnot. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, kids. Caterpillar. How many of these trucks do I have duplicates of? Holy moly. You know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to use a saddle low on this particular truck right here. We're going to use this thing. They tried that here, but there were 4 towns with loops. So you would make a loop, drive to the next to do it, and... Oh, okay. All right, so this has spare tires, so we're good if we have a situation with spares. So we need... So we're going to need a trailer. We're going to use a 5-slot trailer, which is at right there, which is on the way over to... Okay, no, this works out. So we can pick up the trailer at the railway terminal, and then we have to go to the Heartlands, which is here. Okay. This one's going to be a long one. So I guess we can get started. It is about 9 o'clock, so we'll go however long it is we tend to go for. Usually we only go till about 9 o'clock, but that's all right. I don't have to work tomorrow. That's the key difference. It is a huge difference. So we'll go here. And then we'll go here. So let's at least try to get the trailer and then get the cargo. And then we'll just kind of go from there. I haven't used this truck in a while. I love this truck. This thing is cool and is probably one of my favorite paint schemes with the red and black camo on it. It also can't steer for beans. So there's that. And it does have always on all-wheel drive and the differential lock, so that's kind of a plus. I like the sound of the engine, too. It's got this, like, weird hum to it, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know, man. There really isn't, and you think about it, too. It's like all the things that you used to do once upon a time, and as life has evolved effectively, society changes, rules and laws change. Like, why would you want to be driving around in circles and the turning radius of Pluto? The planet formerly known as Pluto? Or Pluto the Disney dog? No, it does. It definitely does, Mr. General Disarray. That's one of its unique charms, good sir. But no, like, when you think about it,
when gas was inexpensive and you could just go for a drive and you really didn't have to worry about anything at all. Not that I'm too particularly worried about the cost of fuel, because I don't care. I'm going to drive from point A to point B if I want to. And if I want to take the long way, I'm going to take the long way. Like kids that touch grass, I get so much pushback when I try to kick my kids outside to their playscapes, tree forts, and trampolines. Yeah, all the stuff that, like, man, I'll tell you. Yeah, I existed in a weird spot growing up. I was, you know, a kid of the 80s. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have, you know, computers and stuff like that. But in my lifetime, in my existence in growing up, because I'm Gen X, I am right there in Generation X. And we adapted to technology, and we were basically just dropped into it. Thing is, you can't really get close in cars anymore. Oh no, in that aspect, everything's a bucket seat. I think a pickup truck even has, they don't even really have an effective bench seat. So like it's 3 different seats, and there's going to be like a center a flip down armrest, basically. But it's also for, like I said, evolution, crash tests, you know, crash specifications. Everybody's in their own seat. You know, heaven forbid there's a vehicle that doesn't have 18 million different airbags in the thing. And now they do, because that's what we get. And then you get the people who are like, I don't trust those airbags, that's why I never buckle my seatbelt. It's like, what? What is wrong with you? All right there, caveman. Keep believing that. Keep telling yourself that. You and Ralph Nader can go sit down and have a chit-chat about the Corvair. Tell me how that turns out. And if you get that reference... oh, man. Yeah, just call him the fun police. Not really. The dude was actually looking out for people. Collapsible steering columns, so they actually collapse in an accident. Man, tree forts are damn cool. I would love to build. I don't care. I'm over 40 years old, and I would love to build a tree fort. I just don't give a crap. That would be badass. Giant trampoline. I'd bounce on a giant trampoline. It just seems like a fun time. And it's funny, too, when, for excitement, we can ride in the back of a Pinto wagon. That's like, that's like Russian roulette right there. Treehouse is rocked, yeah. Maybe do it with your nephew? I mean, it's entirely possible. It is entirely possible. He's actually pretty good at basically anything and everything that you want him to do. If you want to go outside, he'll go outside. He wants to be taken outside. Wait, did I? Oh, I'm an idiot. I missed the trailer store. Wow, that was dumb. Tail gunner seats and yeah, the rumble seat. The last of the Chevy Caprice wagons, which had the flip-up back seat. Don't mind me. Totally just missed the trailer store that I needed to acquire a trailer from. My bad. I'll just go back this way. It's only right here. And this thing actually isn't too bad on fuel, which is kind of surprising, all things considered. Yeah, there is absolutely all kinds of cool stuff that we had once upon a time. When's the last time you saw a vent window
in a pickup truck. I have no idea where that last upgrade part is for these maps. So weird. Yeah, and I remember looking right at this place. Back seats on the truck bed of an... No, that was a Subaru Brat. Vent windows and pull air vents. Yep, exactly. Exactly. That was a Subaru Brat that had the factory jump seats with handlebars in the back. Suicide doors, yep. The last suicide doors, technically, were on like late 90s, no, early 2000s pickup trucks, basically. Or you could get like a 64 Lincoln Continental with the suicide doors. Like the one that they had in the first Matrix movie that they were driving around in. Nope. All right, tell you what. Let's get the fuel carrier. Let's just top off real quick. Now, ooh. Don't want that one. It's only a 4 slot. So we're gonna go the flatbed. We're just gonna do the flatbed just because we can. I had a 2003 Chevy 1500 with the half doors on the... Exactly. Exactly. But to open the ones in the back, you had to open the front doors. The actual true suicide doors, you could simply just open the back doors. Never call them suicide doors, even though they really are. Yeah, exactly. Yep. But then you've also got vehicles like the old Delta 88s, which had the postless door frames, so you could roll front and rear windows down, and you just had this giant open area, and it was so cool. 65 Thunderbird had the Fat Man steering wheel. Yes, the swing away steering wheel, or you go to the 73 Monte Carlo, and you could get the swivel bucket seats, the boat tail spare tire. Yeah, that was the Continental. The Continental kit with the spare tire, with the goofy wire wheel cover on the back and everything like that. Yeah, we'll just go around the pavement here. I want butterfly doors for a minivan, but the doors are both front and rear combined. You know, I think there's been various vehicle modification channels that have done things like that, and it's usually for like handicap accessible vans and things. One of the most irritating things is people who park way too close in handicap accessible parking spots. The handicap accessible parking spots have space beside them for a reason. And that particular reason is so that the ramps and things can be let down for individuals who have wheelchairs. And people who decide that they need to park like right up against those particular spots are the worst kind of people. But he had that on his car in high school. He had a Lincoln Continental with that kit. Yeah, the Continental kit. All right. So this is the rail section that we are going to transport. And I really hope that we don't need that crane. But if we need a crane, we'll just go to a different truck, and we'll just bring it over. Okay, so that didn't work really well because this thing turns so ungodly slow. All right. So, with that said, we're going to wrap it up right there. this is where we're going to kind of call it a night tonight, because it's like 9:15, a little bit past 9 o'clock. That's all right. I don't have to work tomorrow. That is the best thing on the planet. So I may end up going and seeing another movie tomorrow afternoon, to which I will report back to you upon that movie. I don't think that's playing around here. The one with David Harbour. That is called Violent Night. I will potentially go see Violent Night tomorrow afternoon. Cryptid Tales, thank you very much, my friend. So let's go see who's kind of popping around out there. There's a lot of people out there. Holy moly. Anybody get a recommendation for a raid? Because there's a bunch of people out there. 98 Godzilla, we're not even going to talk about that. I do have a Camaro. I have a newer Camaro, although I have had a whole bunch of older vehicles too. I used to have a 1970 Chevelle SS, big block. Well, it had a 350. I did put a big block in it. You have an 89 IROC Z28 convertible. You are going to be best friends with Fubar here, who has over in Europe an IROC, and that is a cool car. That is definitely a classic car. I have a 2010 Camaro. That is the first year that they brought it back after its little discontinued action in 2002 with the catfish style grill. They stopped making them in 2002. They brought them back in 2010, and it was one of the primetime players in a little movie that I like to call Transformers by Michael Bay. And the cool thing about that is I have an actual Transformers edition Camaro. So it's yellow, it's got the black stripes, it's got the it's got all the Autobot logos on it, and it's just the damn coolest things. Oh, Vlad, how we doing, my dude? What's going on? What's shaking? How's everything? Oh, you know what? Doing good, Ben Larkin. Awesome. Yes, that is a fantastic choice for a raid. So why don't we go do that? World of Chap is a really cool, low-key dude. He plays Sea of Thieves, and Sea of Thieves is kind of neat. And if you appreciate watching stuff like this, where you're just driving around on land, there is all kind of... It's Logan, by the way. Thank you very much. Deep contemplating your car. It's Logan, by the way. Thank you very much for the follow, coming in right at the tail end. I do appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys coming in. It has been a really, really fun evening tonight. I am glad that I decided not to play Skyrim, and I wanted to play some of this because I love this game. And where we have been playing this game with Space Viking on Thursdays, I haven't been able to play my single-player game. So, you know, what can you do? All right. So, World of Chap, delightful individual. He plays Sea of Thieves. He is playing Sea of Thieves. He is currently swimming beneath the waves of the ocean. Pizza. It's Logan. Yes, absolutely. And all these little... See, you get all this stuff if you're, like, subscribed to the channel, but you also get stuff if you're just simply following the channel. Like that pizza logo, which is one of the damn finest emotes that I could ever come up with, ever, anywhere. So, with that said, let's go right on over to World of Chap. And I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is usually our... it's our Fallout 4 night. Yeah, you know it, JR Strang. It's our Fallout 4 night, but who knows? Maybe there's going to be more SnowRunner, because I really like this game. And I really want to catch up on my single-player adventure. Because now we have this railroad track that we can go and bring to a place. But that said, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out on a Monday. I will be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. We'll do it all over again. It'll be something that's on. And we'll have a good time. Yoda, have a wonderful evening. You guys take care. And we'll see you tomorrow.